Hello everyone. Let's just get this music off. Here we go. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm just reading the chat. Peace and love, exactly what the world needs. I'm ready. And the world needs some love and we need some healing here. Okay. Well, I could use a healing as well today. I've had a very busy day. I just finished two sessions. I'm still coming down from them to jump into this. So I been bringing some thoughts together. I've had some pretty interesting sessions lately from, 20-year-old people having regrets for what they've done to people who have been working on themselves for a very long time and getting frustrated that they're not moving fast enough, to others who just don't understand why they can't break patterns. And it's a human experience we're all going through, right? We're all healing, and the frustration of healing is frustrating. And I've been there, and I still into it. I'm on the other side of it, but still things bubble up. Things make me sad, things frustrate me, but I'm able to look at it from a different perspective. And I think that's what healing's all about. It's, looking at an experience. We're still on planet Earth. We're still going through contrast. So you want to be patient with yourself and compassionate with yourself as experiences come into your life, and you say, you know what, how can I learn from this? Or this person who's really bothering me at work and they get under my skin, why are they there? And you just almost have to look at it like, what a blessing they're in my life. What am I going to learn from them? And I get when people give you that message, it can be so annoying. You just want to tell them to be quiet. Or someone who's just said, oh, I fell deep into some dark depression and I let fear come over me. And then as they come out of the fear, they're like, how did I let that happen? And then they get mad at themselves that they fell back into fear. We are healing from thousands of years of this dark energy on the planet. And the fact that you're on a call like this, listening to a call, doing things to make yourself heal, give yourself a pat on the back. And once and once you awaken and say, who am I? Why am I here? It opens up a lot of doors, but it opens up a lot of healing that needs to happen. So the biggest advice I can give anyone that's on their journey of healing and awakening is to take some alone time each day, at least 15 minutes, at least. If you become, a little more selfish like myself, you might want to take more than 15 minutes because you love that time. But take that time and really connect to you and start to feel that intuition, start to feel how your body's feeling, start to feel, what negative feelings you're having, or start to listen to the negative thoughts that are coming into your head. And we're in a new year, 2024. This is the second call of the new year. But to me, we're still in the new year. This is like when you're seeing people, you still say Happy New Year. So a lot of people have made New Year's resolutions. And I think it's still early for people to have completely given up on them. Usually I give it about 3 weeks. If you're trying to go against a pattern that you don't like, those can be tricky ones because the patterns are pretty deep within. So if you're someone who's trying to, let's say, change a pattern of thought, and it's okay, well, I'm going to be very positive going forward, and then what you might notice is, oh wow, I wasn't that positive today, and then you're going to get out of that excitement to think positive, and you're going to get in your old ways of negative thinking. Well, give yourself a break. You've probably done that most of your life. So how do you break something so quickly? It's practice. It's breaking old habits, making new habits. It's letting those deep subconscious thoughts heal. So patience, love, forgiveness, really all that for yourself. And I know it's hard to do that to yourself. It's easier to forgive someone else than yourself because, why did I do that? I should have been that way, or I did some stupid things in my life, or why aren't I here and I'm just here? I mean, how many feel that way? How many feel just stuck and why am I still here? Because I know I'm supposed to be so much more. Well, that's your heart pulling you to what you came to do as a contract, that mission. And a lot of us have a mission to hold the light, hold the space for others, bring happiness to humanity. And we can do that every day of our life, whether we're going to the grocery store or smiling in traffic or wherever you are, making a phone call to a friend that needs a phone call, sending a text to check up on someone. Sometimes I throw a text out there. This is funny. So I might throw a text out to you to say, "Hey, how you doing?" And the person will be like, I'm okay." Then the next few text messages like, "Why did you send me a text today? Did you send something's wrong?" And I just like, "No, actually, I felt you thriving and doing great. And I'm just checking in to see if I'm right." "Oh, that's better." So because I'm connecting to someone doesn't mean it's a negative thing. And what I realize, that's a lot of the common feedback I get from people when I just check on them randomly. Are you checking in because something's wrong? No, absolutely not. I'm checking in because I felt your presence or I thought about you. So let's look at it from a positive perspective instead of a negative perspective. So sometimes now when I'm texting people, I'm like hesitant. Should I even say hello to people? Does it freaks them out? But just know if you're getting someone calling and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Think of the more positive aspect. Like, wow, the person reached out. I'm doing great. I enjoyed that reach out. It is a habit of thought that, oh my gosh, there must be something wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's just those belief systems or those patterns of thoughts are really weaved into our subconscious. So I think I said in my last call, and if you learn something and that experience now comes up again, what do most people say? "Oh man, I must have not learned that lesson. I must have done something wrong." And then it's so funny. No, don't think like that. Just say, "Wow, this experience is coming to me. I'm so lucky because now I get to practice what I already learned. I learned this before and I'm going to do a great job." So, I was just working with someone on breaking negative belief patterns. And it takes actually a long time. It's pretty exhausting, I think, for me and the client, because we're going to the subconscious. So we had all these negative beliefs. And some negative beliefs are very disturbing. So we muscle test to see if someone has a negative belief. And some people will say, that, I'm ugly. And it comes up as true. I don't think I'm ugly. But why is that belief coming up that I'm ugly, or I don't deserve love, or I'm unworthy? Oh, actually, I should pull up the list. I was reading some of these. A part of me wants to die. That's a big one, too. And people get really shocked when these subconscious thoughts come up that are there. And then there's this different level. There's this psychological reversal, meaning, say we've all list of all these negative beliefs that we want to release in a session. Before we can do that, we have to test, does this person have any psychological reversals that need to be corrected before we can move forward? And there's always at least one. Some people have 7, some people have 9. One of the biggest ones that come are, and people get shocked at this, that they have so much vengeance or so much anger towards a person, an event, that they would rather stay angry than heal. Now, I wonder if anyone's out there that's going through something that just can't release that, and they'd rather be angry than forgive someone because there's so much vengeance in there. They want justice, they want vengeance, and they're holding that anger. And I would rather do that than actually heal. And that's common psychological reversal. It's like a subconscious thought in the background. Another one is that I need to suffer because I'm paying off a debt for something I did. Now, that can come in from a current life, that can come in from a past life. But if you really sit quietly and say, is there anything I'm hanging on to because I feel like I'm paying off a debt and I don't deserve to heal? Or I'm really angry about something that I don't want to heal. So some people don't want to heal a negative belief because they feel they don't deserve to heal it, or it's not safe to heal it, or they don't give themselves permission to heal it. So there's lots of things that hide in the background that aren't presented, say, in our conscious mind that we're aware of it. But these are just some things to think about. For those of you who are, working through your stuff and saying, why can't I get beyond this issue? Or why is my life so chaotic? I get this one a lot. And I would say I was one of those that had a chaotic life. I was working late, taking care of kids, getting little sleep, running. If there's not one fire, I'm putting out another fire. If it's not a work issue, it's a home issue, it's this. It is us that creates our reality. And if you're noticing that there are reoccurring things, or your life is in chaos, or you're worrying about your kids and their lives are in chaos and yours is because of that, or your work is frustrating and people at work are arguing with you, look at your life and look at the issues, or look at I won't call them issues. Let's look at the challenges that are arising, because that's all this is. As we are learning, as we are growing, as we are healing, we are presented with what is in our subconscious, what's running in that background is presenting in our life. Now, I can say, wow, you know what, I'm feeling very calm lately, I'm feeling this, but yet I'm seeing something in my reality that I don't like. Well, that is a blessing from the universe saying, hey, Brenda, this is something you need to heal still. It's something that keeps coming up. You're seeing it. It's bothering you. It's triggering you. So what is it that needs to heal? And then I'll sit with myself. And I like to actually, and I've gone back to writing with pen and paper, because for one, if I'm talking to myself or working through something and I have this aha moment and I don't write it down, well, I forget what came up. So I do like to write things down as they come up, although I have the worst penmanship nowadays because I'm either typing or not writing, but I can still kind of make out what I'm writing. But some people will say, well, no, I want to type on a computer or use my phone. That's perfectly fine too. But when you are starting to sit quietly and really try to understand what is it in me that doesn't want to heal, or what is it in me that needs to heal, or what am I seeing in my reality that's triggering me, pissing me off, making me angry, making me want to cry, depressing me, write all those things down. Because what you're going to notice is you're going to start to have some aha moments saying, you know what, this is what I need to heal. And sometimes you're looking at the situation. Now you got to look deeper. What is it about this situation that it's stemming from? I mean, generally humanity, we all have a bottom line of unworthiness, undeserving, lack, I'm not good enough. These are just general things that kind of seems through, and it's really neat. But some people say, oh, but so and so is so successful. And why are they so successful? I go, what does success mean to you? And they'll kind of look at me, well, they have a nice car, they got the nice house. I said, do you know that person? Because I know them pretty well. Do you know them? No, but they look very successful. Well, if you really knew them and a lot of other people, there's a lot of different issues there that they're struggling with. So just because we're seeing someone who we think is successful, you haven't walked in their shoes. You don't know what they're going through. So we don't want to just label someone successful when inside they're falling apart. And that goes for our managers. A lot of managers out there, very good managers out there, that hold themselves together for their team. And they look like they got it all going together and they're put together. Yeah, they may have the good job. They're the manager, they're this, they're the VP. They go home and they have their issues. I have a lot of people, and I'm going to raise my hand. I have had my breakdowns on the other side as well. But sometimes they just need a safe place to break down and say, you know what, I don't have it together. I'm hurting inside, but I have to be the manager that supports my team. I have to be the spouse that holds my spouse up. I have to be that parent that is there for my children. I have the weight of the world. And those people are doing the best they can, but deep down they're struggling too. And there are some people that can hold it together for everyone else, because when you don't see them, they're falling apart behind the scenes, let's say, or they're having their private time at night to kind of work on themselves. So there's those type of people, because they have those jobs that they have to be that face, that put together face. And then there's the others that maybe don't. So you get that cranky person that comes to the office and gives all that negativity to everyone. Do they want to be that negative person? Probably not. Do they how not to be that negative person? No, they just don't know. Or that person you call up and all they're talking about is negativity or this and that. You're like, oh my gosh, they're so exhausting. Do they want to be that way? No, but they're separated from who they truly are. Fear has different faces, whether it is fear of lack, fear of financial, being financially stable, fear of being abandoned, fear of being liked, fear of having relations being close, fear of being vulnerable. There are so many things. I mean, if I ask people in the chat, write down all the things you're fearful from, we could have a very, very diverse list. And I remember just recently in a call, I said, I have no fear. And after I said that, well, what I was thinking, I guess when it came out, was I listened to these things afterwards, and I said, I have no fear? That's impossible. Thousands of years of fear, I have no fear. So I sat there and I contemplated, I have no fear. Oh yeah, I don't have fear of dark energy. I don't have fear if there was a creepy thing around. That does not scare me at all. Well, I know the light can do what it needs to do to dissolve it. But do I have a fear of not being liked? Well, maybe I don't have a fear of, comments on YouTube. I mean, I wouldn't do this if I really cared, because you're always going to get people who don't like you and then people who like you. So no, that doesn't bother me. But there's got to be some fear. So as I was, not that we want to have fear, I'm just trying to be realistic. There's got to be some type of fear. And sometimes it's those close relationships. Am I doing enough? Am I being a good enough mom? Am I, am I setting things up correctly? If I start a new venture, is it going to fail? That's fear. Fear of failure, right there. I just said it. Fear of not being good enough. Because I'm just like, wow. So yeah, we have fear in different ways. And someone put fear of everything. All right, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And if you're fear of everything, we really want to bring you back to this core person that you are, this connected being of light. And it might just be a phase where you're feeling fear of everything. But fear is an illusion, but it is deeply woven within the psyche of humanity. It was placed there for good reason, to control us. Because you imagine we had no fear? We would be doing whatever we wanted. We wouldn't be listening, and then you're not really controlled. So what you want to do is, if you have a fear of everything, maybe make a list of all the things you're fearful of and say, okay, what can I release my fear of? Like, for instance, I'm going to give you a very superficial fear. I had a fear of spiders. Now, if anyone's fearful of spiders, you might say that's not superficial. But a spider, I used to be terrified of spiders, and probably because of something that happened when I was a child. Actually, I know many things happen with spiders. But I had to look at that fear rationally. Why am I scared of this thing? Yeah, it's ugly. But it's probably looking at me and saying I'm ugly. So I had decided I do not want to be scared of spiders anymore. So I put that as one of the fears I wanted to let go. And I let this go a long time ago. And I use tapping. So I just tapped on my own. And if you guys don't know what EFT is or tapping is, it's really neat because you can focus on something, a phobia, and when you're really focusing in it, your body's going to do that response like that. I used to call it the scared spider dance. I just did this whole body freak out whenever I saw a spider, big or small. And whenever I was in that like freaked out mode, I would do the tapping because that energy's up, and I would just release. And as you're doing tapping, you're like, okay, the spider's freaking me out. I'm like going to have a heart attack here. You're yelling and screaming how much you don't like it. Well, over time, if you do that, something like that can be easily released from your system. So instead of writing, now I'm scared of everything, I'm not really scared of everything, and now I'm not scared of spiders. So you kind of want to chip away at your fears. Be kind to yourself and look at your fears. And how many people have fears of, oh, I worry about my children. That's my biggest fear. And, you know, I have children too. And there had to come a time where I had to work through that fear for my kids' future. Look where the world's headed. Look what's happening in the world. Are our kids going to be able to afford houses? Are they going to be able to find work? All that stuff runs through your mind, all those fears that were deeply rooted. But when you then come to this broader perspective and say, my children came here with their own experiences to have, their own learning lessons, their own contracts. They came here as a child of God who's being protected by their spiritual guidance team, their angels, by God. So who am I to add worry to my child's life? Who am I to add negativity to my child's life when they're here on their own, for their own experience? So yes, I can be someone they can come and talk to, and yes, I can give them my advice. Yes, I can do the best I can do, but in the end, they're here to experience life. So instead of adding worry to my children, I wake up every morning and say, my kids are happy, healthy, thriving, they have direction, and they get it, and they're protected. And I then send them with this bubble of, or this wave of light and love, and I don't worry about them. Now, someone will say, well, how can you do that? You're their mom. Because that the 3D mom wants to freak out and make sure they're always okay. But then from a higher perspective, I can see the bigger picture. So you want to look at everything you're fearful of and take a broader perspective. Okay, the spider, yeah, it's ugly. But he's looking at me. Like I can squish it if I wanted to. I don't like to kill anything, but when I got it trapped in a cup, I'm going to bring it outside. I'm looking at it. It's very vulnerable. Like I can throw it down a toilet and I can squish it. I can do whatever. And yeah, I don't like it, but does it like me? Not necessarily. So why am I scared? What is the fear of it? Yeah, there's probably a fear of something happened as a kid, or, fear of dogs, or because you were bitten, or fear of water because we almost drowned in the tub, or fear of that. It could be a past life drowning. So when you start to pick out your fears, see which ones you can resolve and do your best to resolve them by either talking through your fear, doing EFT, bringing up in a session like this, meditating. I'm going to meditate with the intention to let go of this fear. Now, some people have actually said they're scared to do energy work. They're scared to do to involve themselves in meditation. Some people, and actually, if you noticed, I'm starting to cut these calls too. There's going to be the replay, which is the whole call. And if you notice, I just started cutting the talking part because I've actually had emails of people saying they're scared of the energy part of it. It's too intense. They're scared to let themselves be vulnerable in a group. So they said, I want to listen to the talking part, but can you somehow cut it and just have that? And I thought, well, that's kind of an odd request. But I said, is it? It only takes me a few minutes to do that. And it's not really an odd request because it's coming up from different people. So why not just make their lives easier and just cut it and have two versions of it? It's not a big deal. So why would someone be scared of energy work? Why would someone be scared of meditation? But you're kind of like going into a state where you're not in control. So if you are, I'm guessing if you're watching this call and you're doing the healing part, you're not scared because you know that you are being protected by light, that we are working with beings of light. But let's say you're meditating on your own. You can always I always say just, but it's a big thing. You can always add in a special intention that as I meditate and as I get messages, may I only connect with true source or a divine light, 100% divine light. You can say whatever words work for you so you know that you are protected while you meditate. So if you were to get a really nice message, you don't have to worry about it because you know you're getting it from that love source, that infinite intelligence that loves you so much. And you do hear people having different experiences through different things, but that doesn't have to be your experience. So write down your fears. And for 2024, release as much fear as possible. Fear keeps us in separation. Fear keeps us hanging on to that old energy that we need to let go as we move into this new world. Think of your children and only see them happy and doing well. Think of your well-being, your body as being as healthy as possible. And if you're going through an illness, just know that you will get through it. It may take some time as things need to heal, but it will get there because this energy that we're going through, that we're moving into, is becoming stronger than ever before. Our immune system is only working at, say, about 30% right now. That's the general public. I won't say everybody's. That's the average. But it's going to kick it up. It's going to keep going higher and higher. So eventually, this beautiful immune system you have is not going to let any foreign objects come in. But you can also keep your light as strong as possible because as this white light's here in your field, no negativity is going to come in. I mean, maybe there might be some because we then lose our connection. When we're in present moment, we are the strongest. When we start to regret the past or worry about the future, we kind of get wobbly and things can come in and then negative thoughts can come in and make us feel crappy. We've all had this. We've all had the ups and downs, but I hope everyone on this call has at least had one time where they felt fabulous, inspired, and very excited. Because if you felt that, you thrive to get it back. And that's what we're working towards, getting that back more and more every day, becoming that magnificent being that you truly are. We're not making you any better when we do these calls. We're pulling away the resistance, the belief patterns, the negative interference that is dimming your light. We want that light to shine so bright. So you're holding it for yourself, you're holding it for humanity, and you're going to be that beacon of light for those who can't. And there's many people on this planet that don't get this. They're living in separation, they're in a very dark place. Let's send them some love today. Let's send them this energy. Let them open up their hearts. And I believe in 2024, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not even going to speculate. But I believe a lot of hearts are going to open. And the key to get through this uncomfortable things that are going through, this uncertainty, is to hold that love for yourself. Be kind. Be compassionate. Be forgiving. Be love. Be loved. It's simple, yet I get it. It's hard. But practice and practice and practice and never give up, because you never want to give up on you. We are headed into a beautiful new world. It is going to take a few generations, and that's for the safety of our minds, because we have bought into this 3D illusion. It's really hard to snap out of it. We need to get out of it slowly and safely. So heal at your own pace. But when you see that creepy fear coming in somehow, it comes in many different forms, really be aware of it. Figure out where it's coming from and do your best to let it go. It's just an illusion. It is false. You are completely protected. You are completely loved. And I know I can say that 1,000 times until you start to play with it and go through it and really believe it. You're not going to take my word for it. So let's get into the healing. If you have any questions, you can put them in there. You can always email me. I'm going to play the music and we'll start that healing part. And if anyone has to jump off the call, I totally get it. But I will make the 2 recordings going forward to help some people out. All right. Music. All right, here we go. And please let me know if the music sounds all right. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm just going to drink some water. This is, maybe I'll put this up a bit. All right, so this is the balance that we're looking at. The music's going. The mic is a little bit close to me. And if you can handle the balance, you want to be able to hear my voice without struggling. I like the music in the background, but I don't want it to be too loud and overbearing. So let me know if it's good. Usually Lynn says yes or no, but anyone can chime in. Okay, music should be a smidge louder. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I just put up the music a bit and I'm still talking. Hopefully this is a good balance. All right, here we go. Are we good? Okay, thank you. Okay, so here we go, everyone. Let's make a special intention tonight. Letting go our fears. I just feel like there's lots out there. Fear of unknown, of what's happening on our planet. Fear of prices going up. Fear of financial security. Fear of whatever it is. bring up the fear today, because today we're going to do something a little bit different. We'll still do the healing to the world and things like that for sure, but this is what I want to do for all of us right now. I want you, and I don't usually have people think about fear. It's not something I generally do. Have your back straight, or you can be laying down during this. There's no right or wrong. Just for a few minutes, I want those fearful thoughts to come to the surface. And if they make you anxious, it's okay, because we're going to release them, dissolve them out of your field. Now I want you to imagine as you're breathing through, I just want you to say, it is safe to bring up my fears. It is safe. Any fear that's hiding, whether it's moving in and out of your system, maybe it's deep down, you don't even know it. We're asking it to come to the surface, and it can be many. But while we're doing this, I want you to know you're in these beautiful octahedrons of light, and you have these beautiful beings of light that love you so much. And these beautiful beings are surrounding you right now. And right in front of you, you have this huge, let's call it a basket. It's a container of some sort. And the container can look like anything you want. But I have a white container in front of me right now. And any fear that you have this container in front of you. You have these beings of light protecting you. Reach in, grab those fears out of your being. If you're feeling it in your throat, maybe it's in your stomach, wherever it is, grab those fears and place them into that basket or container in front of you. And as you're doing this, something else might bubble up. It can be the simplest fear. It can be the biggest fear. It can be many fears that are very different. The fear of lack, fear of being alone, fear of abandonment, fear of embarrassment. And we're going to allow you to do this. Just take your time, and some people might be very agitated doing this. Just allow the fears to come up. Because fear does nothing beneficial for you. Fear takes you away from your magnificence. And today we're going to bring you back to that magnificent being that you truly are. And now someone's saying out there that this basket isn't big enough. I have a lot of fear. I'm fearing everything. Well, this basket has no limits. It is going to expand as you place in those items, those thoughts of fear. This basket is getting bigger and bigger. Just keep throwing those fears into that basket. And know, as this is happening, these beautiful beings of light are working on you. They're helping you go through your past lives, your parallel lives, your future lives, your childhood. Just pick up those fears and put them in the basket. Keep putting them in. And I'm going to tell you something about this basket. It can't tip over. It will not break open. It is a beautiful container basket that these angels and beings of light are really, really supporting. Now someone might say, well, I need 2 baskets. Okay, well, if you think this basket's getting too full, let's call it another basket. Just keep throwing that stuff in. That fear, it is no longer needed. It is an illusion. It is not true. You are a magnificent being. You are so connected to God. Your birthright is love, joy, happiness, abundance, wealth, health. That's what we want to bring you back to. because that is who you truly are. Now, all those fears are in there. We've got them in there. And now we're asking, if anyone needs more time, take that time. But once you're done, all that fear, and you can just say, I don't know all my fears. There's some more coming up. Well, we're grabbing all of that fear and putting it into that basket. My basket is huge, by the way. And I didn't even know I had that much fear. Now we're asking these beautiful beings, powerful beings of light. Now, like I said, these baskets cannot tip over. They cannot rip. They're going to take away your baskets filled with your fears. And they're going to remove them off the earth plane, out of your system. They're going to transmute them out, dissolve them, release them. It doesn't matter. We're going to leave that into their capable, loving hands. And just imagine them picking them up, pulling them away. And our baskets of fear are being lifted away. They're going to be taken care of. We don't have to worry about what's happening. We're trusting, knowing, and believing that fear, whatever form it took, is leaving our system. And if you're feeling emotions right now, allow those emotions to come up. It's completely fine. We're asking these beings of light to now put us in these beautiful bubbles of liquid love. And you can imagine this bubble is either a golden light, perhaps it's a purple light, whatever you love, whatever you feel most safe in. That beautiful liquid bubble of love is being created at this time. And any wounds, any healing that needs to happen from our exercise are being tended to right now. If perhaps we had a trauma as a child that we released today, that trauma, the remnants of that are being healed. And just feel that love, how loved you are. You are this magnificent being of light. We just had these beautiful beings of light lift away your fears. They've been taken away off the earth plane. Notice how balanced and light you're feeling. Some of you might be feeling a beautiful hug. Some of you might be feeling waves of energy. Some of you might be emotional. There's no right or wrong on how you're responding to this exercise. But the one thing I know, I believe, I trust, is those fears have left your field. I want you to allow deep breaths to anchor in this new lightness, this new peace of mind. I'm going to give you this beautiful vision. And if you don't visualize, not to worry, as long as you know this. You are a beautiful creation of God. You are connected to divinity. Imagine these beautiful beings of light. You can imagine they're angels. You can imagine whatever you want, but they love you so much. Going forward in 2024, you have this beautiful pathway lit up in light. And if you stay in that connection, you are going to be guided in the safest places to go, in the best possible opportunities. You want to walk confidently, taking the next step that's given to you, knowing, even if it's out of your comfort zone, that you are being led into the right, highest choice. And you're being protected on the way. Imagine, like it's lighting up, I can see it. It's a beautiful pathway ahead of you. 2024, no matter what they're saying out there, is going to be a very good year for you. Because you're going to stay connected. You're going to stay in love, in knowing how much you're loved and how powerful and magnificent you are. And we're weaving this knowing right into your system. I want you to breathe it in very, very deeply. And what I feel right now is before this call, at the beginning of this call, there was a heaviness. And now I feel there's this beautiful lightness surrounding each and every one of us. Wouldn't it be nice if everyone on this planet could feel so connected? As this healing continues for ourselves, there are beings of light, these beautiful beings of light are going to continue working on you. And whatever else you need at the physical, emotional, mental level. We're also going to ask for this energy to start weaving through your home, bringing in love and light and removing anything that's dense, any negative energy that's no longer needed. And this beautiful master light that's weaving through your homes is being made available to everyone in your home, whether they're watching this or not, including your pets. And this light, this beautiful healing light, this intelligent energy knows exactly what everyone needs. But it's up to those persons' higher self to accept it. Animals generally accept it very easily. But we can send a special intention. Wouldn't it be nice that my children accepted this? Wouldn't it be nice if my spouse accepted this? Wouldn't it be nice if my pets accepted this? Now I want you to take a few minutes. And if there's anyone that you might be slightly concerned about and you want to send them this loving energy, and it doesn't matter if they're overseas, please do so now. You can make those special intentions. They will be heard. And that light will shine all around them. And as all this is going on, you're still getting your healing. You're feeling stronger, more clear and connected. You're feeling profound love for yourself, for humanity, for this beautiful planet. And this is going to lead us into that next phase of this healing, where we all come together and bring our lights with these beautiful beings assisting us. And this wave, it's like this wave, this beautiful beam of light powerful, loving, intelligent, is going to start to weave through and around Mother Earth, being made available to every human being, to every animal, to every water molecule, to every marine life, to everything on this beautiful planet and beyond. We are all connected. We are all part of divinity. We all have a consciousness. We are all loved. You can almost imagine, actually I can see it. Imagine Mother Earth right in front of you, just glowing in white light. And what we bless blesses us back. May this light touch the hearts of those who don't understand how much they're loved, those who feel separated and alone. There is not one person on this planet that is not loved by this beautiful, powerful love and light energy that's weaving through at this time. May the hearts of many open up. May they feel peace and love. May they sleep well. May they know that they matter. This light energy is going and weaving to the darkest places on earth, to the lightest places on earth. The light can dissolve darkness with ease. The light on the planet is so powerful. We are blessed to be here during this time. And many of us, if not all of us, really want to be here at this time. So we thank all these beings of light that support us. We thank Mother Earth for taking us along on this journey back home. We thank our guides, our higher selves, our personality selves, for being in this experience and allowing this love to penetrate every cell. We want to thank every cell of our body for being with us. We want to have that really great relationship with our body. We want to thank our body for being with us on this journey in this lifetime. During this process, we have these light codes that are going to be activated. For those who are working on ourselves, you're going to notice new abilities coming in, bigger connections, the ability to heal easier than ever before. Having a deep knowing that you are loved and you matter. Feeling a sense of peace and clarity you've never felt before. This reconnection to who you are and how magnificent you really are. Together, we're stronger. Together, we walk forward bravely into this new world. And as we walk forward holding the light for those who don't see it yet or don't understand it yet, we're paving the way, making it easier, just like the others made it easier for us. We've had so many great teachers come on this planet. We want to take their teachings, we want to take their learnings that they've taught us and put them into play. We want to move forward in confidence, knowing that our next steps are secure and safe. We want to know, trust, and believe we are loved beyond measure. You feel this peace and calm moving up and down through your system as our chakras are being balanced, as our meridian systems are being unknotted, our auric fields and biofields are being cleared of any negativity. And just look at you. You're this magnificent being of light. You're shining so brightly. You're in awareness, you're in your knowing, you're in your power. There's been a very beautiful shift here, not only with people on the call, for people who will watch this in the future, but also for humanity. You can feel that love weaving through this beautiful earth, cleansing each water molecule, air molecule, clearing out any pollution, clearing out any dense energies, clearing away any fear, and just allowing this beautiful intensity of love and light. That is the world we want. That's the world we're moving into. That's where we're headed. We're going to make 2024 and beyond the best ever. We got this. Our light's going to lead the way. I want you to breathe in and anchor this peace you're feeling. This is something you can always go back to. It's yours. It belongs to you. And as we base down this beautiful energy, whether you're hearing the words or not, or you're drifting off into your meditative state, at some level, I want you to anchor this in, whether it's in your subconscious, because you're not really here, you're there and here. But if you're listening to these words, I want you to anchor this into that beautiful heart of yours. You are loved. You are powerful. You are a way shower. You are a beam of light. You are a lighthouse. You are love. You are compassion. You are joy. You are healthy. You are wealthy. You are filled with love and laughter. You're going to start having way more fun and enjoying this beautiful earth and all it has to give. Your relationships are solid. You are magnificent. You are powerful. And as we're ending this beautiful, intense meditation today, we're going to end it knowing that Mother Earth is going to keep that energy swirling through. We're going to send this energy out to the universe and multi-universe and back to these beings of light that are supporting us and loving us so much. It is just a love fest. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. And thank you for creating this space with me today. We deserve it. Earth deserves it. We're deserving. We are loved, and we are loved. So take that liquid bubble of light with you everywhere you go. Shine your light for those who can't. You got this. We'll see you next Tuesday. And in just a moment, as we're coming back, for those who want to come back, and trust me, I don't think I want to come back right now, but I am here. As you're coming back, you may want to wiggle your toes and your fingers. But for those who wish to stay in this meditative state and allow the energy to continue, you can either hang up or just stay in it. I'm going to bring out the bowl in just a minute. We're just running a few minutes. The intensity of these energies very intense today. It's like not stopping. But it doesn't have to stop. It's going to stay with us. It's going to work on you. It's always going to be available for you. All you have to do is ask. Okay, everyone, that was so intense. I'm going to use the singing bowl in just a moment. I think I've been talking too much today. My voice is like losing my voice here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use the singing bowl. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Right now, my eyes haven't readjusted, so I can't really see, but I'm trying to read the chat, but it's a bit blurry. Thank you so much for joining. That was very powerful. That was because we're all doing that together. And I really believe, trust that energy is going to continue working. And if you have any comments with that, if you feel lighter tomorrow, I'd send me an email. I love to hear it, or a text. Or you can write in the chat. I check these out as well. The comments, whatever you're comfortable with. All right, everyone, have a good night. Thank you so much for attending. Drink lots of water. The energy that runs through our body was very intense, and it does need water. So drink, 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 and just drink if you're thirsty. And if you're going to the bathroom drinking, you're just letting out toxins. So just do that. It's all good. So there's that, and sleep well if you can. I know it's really intense energy, and everyone have a good night. So thank you. I'm going to stop talking. All right. Good night, everyone.